past Sunday morning, in my children's sermon, I talked about being afraid in the dark. And I had with me my headlamp that I wear when I walk into the woods in the morning to go hunting. I like to be in the woods and quiet at least an hour before first light, so it's very early and very dark when I walk in. In an attempt to make as little impact as possible on my way in, my headlamp has a small red light that I use. The thought behind it is that a red light does not scare wildlife. So one morning, I actually got to experience this firsthand. Occasionally, walking in, I will see a set of eyes glowing because of my headlamp. And I'm pretty good about identifying wildlife, and they're usually deer that I see. But this particular morning, the eyes were small and close together, both on the front of the head, indicating some sort of predator. By its size, I guessed that it was a fox. I hoped that it was a fox rather than a coyote, although all I could see were its eyes. I stopped moving and simply watched. The thing that startled me the most was that it apparently had heard me and it began making its way toward me. In the woods, in the dark, with nothing but my bow, even a relatively small predator had me a little unnerved when I realized that it was stalking me. I quickly reached up and switched on my white light on my headlamp. Immediately, the fox, yes, it was a fox, turned and ran away. It was amazing how bringing a light into the situation completely eliminated my fear. David says in Psalm 27 that the Lord is my light and my salvation. Why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger. Why should I tremble? Always remember that Jesus is the light of the world, and he promised to always be with us, so we don't need to ever be afraid. Walk courageously today, knowing that God has your back and your front.